To be fair, when something happens with Ricada, I feel compelled to talk about it. So as to not renege on my duties to the e-drama community. And so here's a video called Do You Know Mandy? Oh, this video is private now. I bookmarked this video called Do You Know Mandy? And I intended to play it. And between then and now, it appears that this clip has been privated. I did some digging because I did a little bit of prep today with the time that I had available. And I found out that there was an explanation for this. Alyssa, who was the owner of the clip, said that Nick asked me to remove it. She was gracious enough to provide a alternative URL for the clip, which I have open. Someone says that you did weak sauce, and she replies saying, I mean, I'm not really in a position to say no, especially with that clip not having any edits. So out of fear of getting a DMCA strike from Ricada, she took it down. I will now go over it and I will provide some transformative commentary. It is 2.5 minutes long. It's pretty rough. I will say this, okay? I did talk to Ricada at some point, and he clarified to me that these are his Friday streams where he gets like drunk with other people, and it's like intentionally like trashy and shit. And supposedly, and I can't attest to this either way, on the other days of the week, he has normal law streams. This is what he says. And I have no reason to doubt him. But I will explain why I am bringing this up and making fun of it regardless after I let it play.
Camelot, do you know Mandy?
Yeah.
How can someone not know Mandy?
She has nice tits.
Mandy is
That she
so
does.
fucking gorgeous.
Would eat that ass.
Oh my God. Mandy, if I were single, Mandy, you would never be single again. Mandy, if I were not married, girl, I would wreck you. I would save you. I would do whatever on earth. I would do whatever on earth to praise you. These weird guys who are like, oh, you're too depressed or whatever. No, stop it.
But what if you were on the MDMA and then your pee-pee
I don't need Camelot. I don't need MDMA from
What
Mandy.
if the pee-pee was tracking
Mandy,
Mandy?
Mandy is so goddamn hot. Mandy is fucking phenomenally hot. Mandy is so hot. Mandy, if you come to Matsuri, I will not say a goddamn word.
Oh.
I won't say anything. I'm a Christian, trad, whatever. Lady Rackets will tell you that you are fucking fire. I don't need to say a goddamn word.
So
Mandy.
you won't eat her ass if she comes to Monterey.
Let's not go too far, Camelot.
I will.
You shut your mouth. You shut your mouth because no, Mandy's fantastic. She's cool. She's based. She's hilarious. She's talented. And listen, Mandy is gorgeous. She's a gorgeous woman. And Lady Rackets would fucking fawn over Mandy. Mandy. These dudes that are letting you down, these people that are fucking hurt, like that are harming your life, relationship, whatever, they're garbage. You're a fantastic, wonderful person.
I will interrupt there because I can't contain. I'm about to laugh. I'm trying to hold it. There's I know that these moments in his streams are very cherry picked out of like the hours and hours of streaming that he does. However, whenever I see one of these clips and he's on one of these 5 panels and everyone's shirtless and they're all drinking and Ricada is obviously drunk and he's doing something embarrassing, there's always the moment where he gets into a diatribe and he goes on and people are like trying to interrupt. Like, okay, he throws out an idea. Everybody's on board at first. They throw in a comment like, okay, yeah, sure, man, he's hot, whatever the fuck. And they go with it. A minute in, there's like 2 people still left on the bit that are providing their commentary. Once you hit a certain point, we're at 2 minutes now out of 2.5 minutes. Nobody else is contributing to this conversation. They've all gotten off the train. They're waiting for him to finish, and it goes on with nobody else saying anything. Just 5 people sitting there in quiet, except for Ricada talking about how much he wants to fuck this woman. And it's so awkward.
And you don't need any of this validation at all. Mandy, you're fantastic. You're great.
start
I love
sighing.
you. You're fucking wonderful. Look. I'm married. I'm a humble, wonderful man. I will never have sex with you or whatever. But plenty of people would, and anyone who wouldn't is fucking retarded.
Okay, so the very last second, he realizes, oh, I should probably have said too much. I think the wife will be upset with me for what I've said. The picture on screen is the picture that Mandy uses. She is probably 18 in that picture. From what I have been told by the Kiwi Farms, which, as we know, is of dubious quality at the best of times, that picture is Mandy as she is today. I have absolutely no way of knowing if that is true, but there you go. So, I understand why he asked for this to be privated. I think that he's embarrassed by it. I think that it pissed off his wife. He said a lot of stuff about other women. I think I'm not even sure if that's true. He's definitely said like lewd things before, in regards, but the way that he has gushed over her is probably a bit too much for the wife, and that's why he asked for it to be taken down. I definitely empathize or sympathize even with Lady Rackets in this case. I really think it is a very embarrassing clip. I really think he should stop drinking. I know that like his Friday fun streams or whatever are like, you know, his like goof off streams, and he takes it very seriously the other days. But every time I get one of these clips where it's just like off the rails, like really embarrassing and going to cause problems, he's drunk. He needs to dial it back a bit. It's no longer, you know, I'm a very social drinker, and because I do not drink very much, I'm a bit of a lightweight. It's embarrassing to say, but I can take, you know, 2 beers, and I have enough buzz where I feel good. My mood is elevated. I'm more chatty. I'm more social, and I don't have to drink more to get like super drunk. I'm just that's it, because I drink so infrequently that just a little bit of alcohol is enough to make me feel better. And I don't have to actually get properly shit-faced to enjoy an afternoon with some beverages. I really think he needs to cut back a bit. That's what I'm saying. 2 beers is great, my boy. Everyone, people give me shit for that and say, "Oh, you're such a fucking lightweight." It's like, I don't want to be a heavyweight. I don't want to be a Ralph male. I want to have, you know, a liter of vodka that I buy that I can drink, you know, 1 or 2 shots in an afternoon once a week, and have that liter of vodka last, you know, for 3 months. And each time I go to it, it's a nice thing to compliment the movie. I don't want to be a heavyweight. And so far, my sobriety has not done me any harm. So I think that from bro to bro, if he's saying things now that he actually regrets enough that he asks people to take down and not talk about, then perhaps the flaw here is you don't even have to stop drinking, really. If you want to continue to drink excessively, that's your prerogative. Maybe don't stream it if you're doing things that you regret in the process of it. I don't know. He has another clip, by the way, that I'm not going to play because it's too long. But he basically says, I don't want to be known as like a Christian streamer. I don't want to be known as a law streamer. He doesn't want to be known for any of the things that like were fundamental to his inception as a streamer. And I find that very disappointing. Because I think Ricada was like a beacon, like a little bit of a white pill to people, to say like, oh, this guy is like successful. He's funny. He is he's what's it called? Insightful. He's insightful. He's able to take something as boring and dry and mundane as a court proceeding. The if you were to try and conjure something that typifies bored, dreary, miserable. A court filing is probably something that you would use as a trope to say like, oh god, it's like as fun as sitting in court. You can take that and make that entertainment that thousands of people watch. And while doing it, he had 8 white children. He had a white wife that he was a high school sweetheart with, and everyone really, I think, admired this rare thing that just doesn't exist anymore. Nobody gets married to their high school sweetheart and has 6 kids and becomes like a, you know, like that persona. And I think a lot of the reason why his ex fans are now like super hard A-logs is how let down they are that persona has cracked, and it's now like hypersexual, and he's saying things about other women that aren't his wife, especially in public, to like other women who are like naked on, not naked like full bearing, but they're shirtless on stream and shit. And then he's just saying like, you know what, fuck the whole god shit. I'm done being a Christ cock. I'm now a based bar enjoyer, hedonism 2 enjoyer. It's like but there's a thing. Whenever I see shit like this, I always think of this particularly gruesome Bible verse, which is famous, you know, to everybody because it's one of those things that like everyone has probably heard at least once. It's Matthew 18:9, and if your eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to enter life with one eye than to have 2 eyes and be thrown into the fire of hell. So Jesus says, in the actual full length, a man asks, what about all these hoes? There's all these hoes that are scantily clad, and they compel me to be sexually promiscuous outside of God's instruction. And Jesus says, if you cannot look at a woman without being a lustful man pig, you must blind yourself to avoid those inclinations. And that's pretty funny. So I don't know, I'm reminded of that. If there are certain things that have to be cut out of your life to save the whole of the ship, perhaps now is the time. Let me sit on your face, Josh, as my hero for a measly $10. Says some chick was asking Nick to sign her tits. I think it might have been Mandy. I feel bad for lady rackets. Yeah. She acts cool with it, but I have a feeling that women who act cool with that kind of stuff aren't really that cool with it. And it's impossible for me to say for any kind of certainty that she is or is not cool with it. And I suppose that's not really my place to speculate, but that is how I feel. And I do believe that Ricada should stop drinking. I think that it's not doing him any favors at this point.